The Intercoastal Waterway runs just about from one end of our country to the other. It's where all the big ships and barges transport up and down the coastline. It also runs right behind Gulf Shores in Orange Beach, Alabama, and it's going to serve as the backdrop for a very interesting fishing story on today's show. Glad you're with us. Fox Sports Outdoors is on the air right now.
You're watching the only program with weekly fishing reports and real-time outdoor news from the Southeast region. This is Fox Sports Outdoors.
I've been on vacation a lot here in Gulf Shores and Orange Beach, Alabama. It's one of my favorite places. I've also been fishing here quite a bit. And there is this highway. It's actually called Canal Drive that runs right along the Intercoastal Waterway. It's a very busy road, lots of traffic on it. Can't tell you how many times I've driven up and down that road, looked out at the Intercoastal, all these boats fishing and all the boat traffic, and wondered, wonder if you can ever catch any fish out of that water. Well, we're going to attempt to answer that question today. Dusty Hayes, a local fishing guide here out of Gulf Shores and Orange Beach, is going to jump in our Blazer Bay 2420 GTS with us, show us around a little bit, and see if we can catch any fish right here in town in Gulf Shores out of the Intercoastal. While we're doing that, we're taking you around your local region for this week's fishing reports from our expert team of insider reporters from lakes, rivers, and bays, right where you live, both fresh and saltwater. So right now, the Blazer Bay gets launched into the Intercoastal. Dusty Hayes jumps in the boat with us. Next time you see us, we'll be out there. Right now, we get it started back at the studio and your weekend planner.
It looks like both days of the weekend will offer fair fishing conditions. These lunar tables are indicating activity will begin on Saturday around 10 o'clock in the morning and 10:31 at night. Sunday fishing looks to be similar, with action picking up around 10:56 during the day and 11:25 in the evening. Expect the sun to rise at 6:31 and set at 8:39. Nighttime fishing should be good, with the moon 95% visible. We'll be right back to check all of the current fishing reports from throughout the area. I'll return with Major League Fishing angler and 2012 Bassmaster Angler of the Year, Brent Chapman, on this week's Ask the Pro feature. Back in a bit.
Fox Sports Outdoors is brought to you by Lew's. Feel the difference. Gene LaRue and Bobby Garland. The best in bass and crappie lures, heads to tails. Glacier Glove. Stay outdoors longer with our gloves, hats, and shades. Gulf Shores and Orange Beach. Request our free 2019 fishing guide at orangebeach.com.
Big old black drum. Good Lord, dude.
Oh, yeah.
This is just an average black drum for here? You got him?
Yep, got him.
All right. So, any clues as to what these fish are when you hook one of them, or do they all fight pretty much the same?
You can see this right here. See what this rod's doing?
Yep.
That's steady pumping. That usually means black drum. The drum and your redfish, they'll come up high a lot of times. The fish just popped over there. They'll come up high a lot of times and whip their tail. And that's usually a telltale sign. Same thing with trout. Now, obviously, a trout's not going to pull like this, but they pull a lot of line, and you can just feel it's a heavy fish. This is a, 10+ pound fish, no doubt. One second. There you go.
There we go.
Awesome, great net job.
Big old black drum. Good Lord, dude.
Oh yeah.
This is just an average black drum for here?
Oh yeah, it's every day. This is, I would almost say, on the smaller side, for sure. It's a great fish though, regardless. You see all these fish too, they're really healthy. A lot of times you see black drum in other places and they're beat up, real red on the tails, and they'll do that when they're spawning. But they're always real healthy looking for the most part, not too many blemishes on them.
We up. Oh, whoa, that didn't take long.
You don't have to revive them.
Good job,
right.
buddy. That's all right. So you just have to really just take your time, fight them, let them swim around on this light tackle like
Yeah,
this.
light rod, that's all you need to land them. And just really baby them to the point where you don't want to break your tackle, but also, you do want to be somewhat quick like with them. That way you're not really prolonging that fight too long and wearing that fish out. You don't want to kill it,
One thing too, I want you to notice, look right here. We're right on this highway. This is Canal Drive. And right here within sight of all these tourists going back and forth, and I've driven up and down here a million times wondering, hey, I wonder if there's any fish out there. Well, the answer to that question is there's fish in here.
Hey guys, this week's Tennessee, Mississippi, and Alabama reports are brought to you by Can Cooker. If you're looking for a product that will revolutionize the way you cook, whether in the field or at home, go to cancooker.com and check out their line of amazing products. It will change the way you prepare food. Hey, in Tennessee right now, we're dealing with kind of a lot of rain, a lot of high water. There's been a big mayfly or willowfly hatch, so there's a lot going on around the bank right now. If you want to catch bass, panfish, even some crappie and catfish, shallow is the way to go. On Alabama, night fishing on Smith Lake. Big blades, the heavy spinner baits, crankbaits, and topwaters around lighted docks, catching some big bass there. And in Mississippi, I'm still going crappie fishing. I'm going to Grenada and I'm going to pull crankbaits. Big fish being caught, not the numbers that you might hope for, but better than it has been in a while. So guys, summertime fishing in this region's fun, but it's awful hot. Take care, we'd love to see you. God bless.
Those fish are living in the same rocks, same structure, eating the same thing that the black drum, redfish, speckled trout, everything else is.
I got him.
You got one?
Yep.
All right, we have a fish on. Just like deep sea fishing, we don't know what it is. Hey, welcome back everybody. We are coming to you from Gulf Shores in Orange Beach, Alabama. I was back there getting a bait. And Dustin Hayes is up here loosening his drag a little bit. Grab a net out from under here and see what you got. Oh, a sheephead. All right, there we go. We wanted a sheephead. There's another species for you. There we go. All right, there's a sheephead. So those fish are living in the same rocks, same structure, eating the same thing that the black drum, redfish, flounder, speckled trout, everything else eats.
Yeah, lots of shrimp, lots of small blue crabs, oysters, little mussels, clams, anything like that they can get a hold of. You see those teeth in there. They call them a convict fish. And they're like little human teeth. They're actually a porgy.
And they're great eating as well, right?
Fantastic. They're just because of their diet, shrimp, crabs, all that stuff, very good, firm meat, and it's also very sweet. So awesome eating.
Cool. Well, we're turning them back today. We're not keeping anything. And what's really cool about this is that, again, we're still right here on the road, right where all the tourists and the big population, this many people going back and forth up and down here, but yet you've got all these different species of fish swimming around right here in a populated area.
Oh yeah. People drive by here all the time and wonder, can we catch fish here? And you absolutely can. There's tons of fish, there's tons of structure. This, Mobile Bay is right through here, Perdido Bay is right over there. There's lots of action through here, lots of opportunity through here.
In addition to the actual intercoastal itself, you've got several other bays that you fish in here, right?
Yeah, there's connected to Oyster Bay, Bon Squirrel River, Wolf Bay. There's lots of opportunities. It's kind of in between a lot of stuff, so it's something you can just kind of hit and fish real quick. And sometimes this is the best spot to be.
And the best thing about today is that we've got about a 20-mile-an-hour wind blowing right now. In fact, you just checked the Gulf, and what'd you say the waves were out there?
It's about 5 foot out in the Gulf right now.
5-foot waves in the Gulf, and you can fish back here almost any day.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if it's a north wind, south wind, east wind, west wind. It's not going to be rough. Boat traffic is your only issue on a day like today. For instance, like this guy right here.
Yeah, he's going to run between us and the bank. So there's your one problem right there. In fact, we'll show you in the background right there, and there he goes, right through our fishing water. So you're gonna have a little bit of that going on, especially on weekends.
A lot of that, especially in the summer and the weekends, but it's something you just kind of got to deal with and expect it around here for sure.
Okay.
Well, it's hot out there, but so's the fishing along the southeast coast. We'll have all the details, but first this from our good friends at Foreshore Transportation. Foreshore Transportation, the simple solution to all your freight hauling needs. Foreshore can ship freight across the country or across the state. Whatever the load, wherever the destination, Foreshore gets it done fast, safe, and hassle-free. Well, it's been a great offshore red snapper season along the Mississippi coast. The season's closed now. It's closed from July 8th to July 28th. It's going to open up again on after the 28th, and it will stay open until September 2. Also offshore along the coast of Mississippi, there have been a lot of cobia to 30 pounds being caught. It's very consistent around the oil rigs. There's some bigger fish available, but those 30-pound fish seem to be very plentiful now. Kingfish and Spanish mackerel also being caught around the oil rigs and around the offshore bait pods. Spotted sea trout fishing continues to be really good, with lots of very nice fish being caught at daylight. South of the islands, this is wade fishing. Plenty of redfish along the marshes along the Gulf Coast of Mississippi, and flounder around the bridge and casino front areas of Biloxi and around docks and piers. In Alabama, the 3-day weekend red snapper season continues through July 28th. Fishing again is great. And my friend Jake Margaret says that the Gulf beaches has been very, very good for sea trout when the wind lets you fish that. In Georgia, it's kingfish and Spanish mackerel along the nearshore reefs. Well, that's it for the southeast coast. Lots going on this summer. Get out on the water and take a youngster with you when you go.
Buck Sports Outdoors is brought to you by Motor Guide's wireless and easy to use XI3. Waypoint Marine, the Gulf Coast's leading saltwater boating specialist. Strike King, tie one on. Nitro Performance Fishing Boats, because champions aren't born, they're made.
Man, there is what can happen if you come to Gulf Shores and Orange Beach. You catch the biggest triple tail of your life. Hey everybody, welcome back to Gulf Shores and Orange Beach, Alabama. We've been fishing the Intercoastal Waterway today right behind Gulf Shores and Orange Beach, and I ventured out to Bon Secure, which is just a little bit to the west of the main part of the Intercoastal, and I've started looking for triple tail, and I've actually found a great big one on a crab pot floating buoy. Now you can see right in front of me here, there is the buoy, and I don't know if you can see this or not, but there is a big triple tail sitting right with his nose on that buoy. They park themselves there and they just sit out there in the sun about 6 inches under the surface. So what I'm gonna try to do is throw this cork with this shrimp upstream, see if I can get him to see it. Okay, it's gonna come right in there. Okay, it's coming just this side of the buoy. And he's looking at it, he's looking at it. He's looking at my shrimp. He's come off the buoy and he's got it, he's got it, he's eating it, I think. Pull my bobber down, buddy. Pull my bobber down. Okay, he's pulling it down and I've got him. I got him. I got a big triple tail on. Holy cow. I've got him. He doesn't even know he's hooked yet. Now he does. Now he took off. And he's going back toward that crab pot. And I don't want him to get in it. So I'm going to try to just fight this fish. And I want to get him away from that pot. And he's gone on the other side of it. That's a huge triple tail. So I'm going to take my trolling motor. I can drive this fish away. He's in my net. I got him. I got him. All right. Oh, I can hardly even lift him. Holy cow. That's the biggest triple tail I've ever seen. Look at the size of this fish, will you? Oh my gosh. Easy, buddy. Easy, buddy. I can hardly hold him up. Look at this. Look at that triple tail. Oh man. There is what can happen if you come to Gulf Shores and Orange Beach. You catch the biggest triple tail of your life. Right there. Oh, that was some exciting, folks. I saw the fish, took some pictures of it with my cell phone. Don't know if you could see them or not. Right on that crab pot. Threw that bobber in there with that shrimp on it, floated it by him. He went nose down on it. First he hit my bobber. He actually popped it in my bobber, and then he saw the shrimp. Went nose down on it, ate it. The fight was on, and this is one giant fish right here. I don't know what this baby will weigh, but he's 15, 20 pounds anyway. Our guy, Dustin Hayes, told me these fish were here. And so I drove around, and Dustin had to go on a guide trip actually this afternoon. He was with us for the morning, and then he went on a guide trip, and so he's got his customers out right now, but he told me that these tripletail were on these crab pots, and sure enough, we found one. We'll give you Dustin's contact info a little later in case you'd like to make your very own trip.
That's right, folks. It's time for your Carolinas Report. This week brought to you by Crazy Sister Marina, the leader in the water sports along the Grand Strand. We can take care of all your needs. Come rent pontoon boats, Carolina skiffs. We've got it all right here. Visit crazysister.com for more information. Tell you what, I want to concentrate freshwater this week. We're going to talk about my good buddy Zach Royce up on Lake Gaston. Zach's been telling me that the blue cat spawn has really been hot the last couple weeks. Now, he says that start to look for those catfish to move out of those spawning areas, back out into your lakes, back out into the main water where you're going to find them this time of the year. Tell you what, if you live in the Charleston area, Somerville area, if you've not gotten into bass fishing yet, a great place. The Cooper River is world renowned for the bass fishing there. Go down there, get in that East Branch, you're safe. Look for those ditch mouths. Right now, those fish are going to be stacked up. They're looking for that cooler water where those deep ledges are. Don't think twice about throwing a crankbait out on those deeper ledges. Fish smarter, not harder, and keep your chaos organized.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Gulf Shores and Orange Beach. The sun's just about to go down, but I've got to tell you one more fishing story. We came out of the Intercoastal where we've been fishing and catching these fish all day. We caught the big tripletail, then I slid out real quickly to a little shell reef. It's an artificial, man-made reef that the Alabama Marine Resources Division has put out here just into Mobile Bay, just outside the Intercoastal, not far at all from Gulf Shores and Orange Beach, and I hooked into a giant redfish right off the bat. This fish fought me. I fought the thing for probably 15 or 20 minutes on light tackle. I was using my Lew's Mock Inshore spinning outfit. It did a great job. I had braided line on. I had Berkeley X9, which is some new line, new braid that just came out. Fought this fish for a long time. I finally got this fish in the net, and we were having some audio problems with our camera, so that's why I'm kind of telling you the story. But I finally got this fish up into the net, got the fish unhooked, held it up for the camera, and it is a giant redfish. And here's why it's big. We catch them big. We catch these big bull reds out front, out off the beach, out off Dixie Bar, out in the Gulf all the time. This is pretty common size here. But back here in the back bays and back here off the Intercoastal, this is a rare fish. It is a big one for this area. So I wanted to show you that. We released the fish back unharmed. I had to sit down for a while after that one because it was a long, hard fight. But what a great way to end the day. Dustin Hayes put us on some great fish today here out of Gulf Shores and Orange Beach. It's well worth your trip to come fishing here. It's one of the best kept fishing secrets anywhere I know of. All the species we caught today. We'll be back, wrap all of this up here in just a couple of minutes.
You can always watch our latest episode on the front page of our website at foxsportsoutdoors.com. Catch up on past episodes and learn about fishing techniques and new gear at our how-to page. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter for new fishing videos every day. Simply search for Fox Sports Outdoors and click the like button on Facebook and the follow button on Twitter. And watch a new episode every week on any device by downloading the free Waypoint TV app on your phone, tablet, computer, or smart TV. Fox Sports Outdoors is brought to you by Mercury, Go Boldly, Lowrance, America's #1 fish finder, Balls Out, made in the USA, heavy-duty mounts for your fish finders.
Welcome back, everyone. It's time for the Ask the Pro question. This week, Trent asked, what is one piece of advice you would give to any kid who wants to grow up to be like you? For the answer, we asked MLF angler Brent Chapman.
What's one piece of advice I could give any kid that wants to be like me? I'm going to do one piece of advice, but I'm going to split it two ways. Ultimately, there's no better replacement for time on the water. You got to spend time on the water, the good, the bad, the ugly. That's what's going to make you a better fisherman. But if you want to be a professional fisherman, you got to excel in the business and the marketing side of it, and especially in this stage, the video and social media side of it as well.
Thanks, Brent. If you have a question for one of the anglers, visit our website, follow the Ask the Pro link, and send it in. Now let's see who wins the big catch of the week.
We are back at the beautiful beach house managed by Harris Properties. More on that in just a moment, but we've got the Blazer Bay 2420 GTS back on the trailer, and it's time for this week's winner in the Big Catch of the Week contest. He is Teddy Messex of Pembroke, Georgia, showing a 35-inch redfish he caught offshore off Savannah, Georgia. If you'd like to be our next winner, go to our Facebook page at facebook.com/Fox Sports Outdoors. Find last Tuesday's post about the Big Catch of the Week. Follow the instructions to attach or post your photo and give us all the details about the catch, and you might be our next winner. On the gear segment this week, I'd like to mention a couple of the features I like the most about my Blazer Bay 2420 GTS that we fish out of each week on our saltwater versions of the show. It begins with this really cool sport top. Waypoint Marine out of Corpus Christi, Texas rigs these out. It begins at the console and runs backwards, so it provides a little bit of shade on those hot summer days, but it doesn't get in the way of your backcast when you're slinging a topwater or a popping cork. Couple of other cool features. I like the padded bucket seats rather than having to sit on an ice chest like many of the bay and skiff boats have. This has a very comfortable seat that you can sit behind that console, be protected from wind, rain, and any spray. I also like the way the rod holders are positioned behind the seats, both behind the bucket seats and behind the rear seats. They're not on the sides of the console where they get in the way if you're walking back and forth. You've got a nice open space right here to walk on either side of the console. Just a couple of the cool features that I like about the Blazer Bay 2420 GTS rigged out by Waypoint Marine in Corpus Christi, Texas. I'd like to talk to the guys for just a second. As men, we're not really good at talking about our feelings. We don't like to get into all that mushy stuff. Instead, we put up this big facade and act like we don't feel anything. Any qualified professional will tell us that that's not a healthy way to live. We need to learn how to process those feelings. So here's a suggestion. Learn how to think about your feelings, feel what you feel, and then talk about them with someone else, your significant other, your spouse, a friend who cares about you. The road to good mental health begins with learning how to process and talk about how we feel. I mentioned that we're staying at a great little beach house that's managed by Harris Properties Management here in the Gulf Shores area. This is a family-owned company that manages over 115 different rental properties from Perdido Key through Orange Beach, Gulf Shores, and out towards Fort Morgan. They specialize in pet-friendly properties and in fishing-friendly properties, places that you can pull your boat right up to the house, plug in, charge your batteries, or even have a dock out back to dock your boat. They also specialize in these great beach houses out near Fort Morgan. It's a much more private beach, less crowded, and a pet-friendly beach as well. So you can book your next vacation through Harris Properties Management at the contact information you see on your screen and enjoy one of their great properties like we did on this trip. Here's all the contact information for Dustin Hayes in case you'd like to book him for a guide trip here at Gulf Shores in Orange Beach, Alabama. You just might catch some of the great fish that we caught on this week's episode. Until next week, I'm Barry Stokes saying be safe, have fun. Bye-bye, y'all.